We now have some concrete proof in the decline of Marvel Studios films over the years, which I don't think is surprising to anybody if you've just followed what the reactions have been like and, of course, the reviews. So let's look at Rotten Tomatoes officially putting out a chart that shows us what's going on. So again, this was compiled directly by Rotten Tomatoes, and they put out a handy little chart starting with Iron Man all the way up to Quantumania, and you sort of get the look at the bigger picture here in regards to what reviews landed it where and how it's been going compared to, well, where it was previously. And what we see here is an interesting pattern, the lowest obviously being Quantumania and the Eternals. But this isn't, of course, the only outlet. We do have Metacritic here, where, again, if you look at it, you're going to see the same sort of pattern that's followed. Generally, they do overlap pretty much equally. But, again, you're going to see that, quality more or less started with the downfall all around Black Panther 1. Like, that's literally the highest rated. And then after that, it's up and down depending on what the project is. So, just by looking at this chart and reading what they say about it, more or less, you get the sense that, yes, the last phase has been the worst because of two projects that are literally the lowest reviewed. But let's just use Rotten Tomatoes here. If we look at the other chart, you're going to notice that it's more or less sort of on par with what we had before. Again, it's an up and down pattern, and it's interesting to see this because you're starting to see just how the audience resonates. And you're looking at something like Thor Love and Thunder being right there around the 75. But if you look at the past, you also notice that Thor The Dark World was also at a 75. So it's interesting to really look at this and kind of analyze the chart from a perspective of, okay, how have things evolved and changed, and can we get anything from it? And generally, I would say, yeah, what you can get from this is that this last phase has had literally two of the lowest films they've ever put out. But also, it's also had some highs that are comparable to some of the highest reviews. So, I guess the takeaway here for me, at least looking at this, is yes, there's a decline in quality, according to the official data, but also there's more projects. So, you got to kind of look at it both ways.